was October 11th, 2002, 24 years ago. There was a vote on this Senate floor. I was here. The vote was an important one in the history of this country, and maybe one of the most important votes I ever cast as a member of the Senate. What was the question? The question before the Senate: will we go to war? Are we ready to invade Iraq? President George W. Bush had told us that we needed to do it because Iraq had weapons of mass destruction which could obliterate our allies and friends and eventually threaten the United States. We invaded Iraq. What did we find? No weapons of mass destruction. None. But the reason we had a vote was because we said the American people have to decide whether their sons and daughters will fight this war. This isn't an idea that just comes to us new. This idea is written right here in a little book called The Constitution of the United States. Article 1, the powers of Congress. Section 8, the power to declare war is given to Congress. Now, the senator who just spoke from Wyoming is a friend of mine, but I disagree with what he said. I do believe the American people have a constitutional right to make the decision as to whether their children will be called on to fight a war. That's not too much to ask. We're now engaged in a war, which by definition changes by the day. There have been at least 7 different explanations by this White House as to why we're fighting this war. Yesterday, the President of the United States, in the chaotic manner which has become so typical of him, at one time said it's going to be a very short war in duration, and then later in the day said we'll make it a longer war, we'll fight to the finish. We don't know where he is on this or so many things. He's an impulsive commander-in-chief. I can't think of a worse combination. That is the reality. So when senators come to the floor and want to have an open debate about the war in Iran, which we're currently engaged in, I'll vote yes every time. I believe the American people have an obligation to step up and make the decision publicly as to whether or not this is going to fight a war that's going to last for a long period of time. The way they do it is through senators and members of the House. To say that any president can take us to war at any time is foolhardy. We learned that in Iraq. We shouldn't have to learn it again in Iran.